to keep an eye on any valuables you may have brought with you. Now, coming.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. All praises to the Most High God, Yahuwah and Yahusha, the Hamashiach, the one you refer to as Jesus Christ. I just want to thank you for joining me in this Symbols at the Movies, series number 6, Attack on Naphaliym. Right? Brothers and sisters, man, it's very imperative for us to understand what these Luciferians are showing us through these TV shows and through these movies. A lot of these subliminal symbologies and messages, right? So we're going to really break down not only just this sort of poster that we're going to see of Attack on Titan, but we're going to break down the actual trailer of the first season. We don't even need to see all the other season trailers to know what this is. And guys, for those who, are just joining us, this is the story of the fallen angels and the Naphaliym, the giants who roamed the earth thousands and thousands of years ago. Everything that they showed you in Attack on Titan was real. None of it was a lie, right? They may have exaggerated the transformations, but these giants roamed the earth, right? This is all real. So, guys, we are going to get right into it. So, first off, I want to just read the premise of Attack on Titan, just the plot, so we have an understanding of what this is. So, it says, the plot of Attack on Titan centers on a civilian inside 3 walls. And we know that the number 3 is very symbolic. Remember, it symbolizes the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, right? Satan likes to make a mockery of that Trinity, right? It says, again, the plot of Attack on Titan centers on a civilian inside 3 walls, the last location where humans still live. Over 100 years ago, humanity was driven to the brink of extinction after emergence of humanoid giants called Titans. Humanoid giants called Titans, who attack and eat humans on sight. The last remnants of humanity retreated behind 3 concentric walls and enjoyed nearly a century of peace. To combat the Titans, or the giants, the country's military employs vertical maneuvering equipment, a set-aside waist-mounted grappling hooks, and gas-powered propulsion, enabling immense mobility in 3 dimensions. And again, enabling immense mobility in 3 dimensions. We get the number 3 again, right? So guys, I'm telling you, what we're about to dive into is going to be some deep stuff, and you can read all about this in the Book of the Giants. This is also in the Book of Enoch. So I'm going to read to you a little bit of the Book of Enoch before we dive deeper into this. So for those who do not have a Sefer Bible, I encourage you to obtain one. They go for $100 on the official website. They have a lot of the Apocryphas restored, and the Book of Enoch being one of them. So this is from the first Enoch. This is verse 10, chapter 7. It says, they took woman. He's talking about the fallen angels, right? Each choosing for himself, whom they began to approach, and with whom they cohabited, teaching them sorcery, incarnations, and the dividing of roots in trees. And the women conceiving brought forth Naphaliym, fallen angels, and they bore to them 3 races first, the great Naphaliym. And the Naphaliym brought forth the Naphaliym, and the Naphaliym brought forth the Elud, which is another terminology in Hebrew for giants, and they existed, increasing in power according to the greatness, whose stature was each 300 cubits, meaning huge. They devoured all the labor of men until it became impossible to feed them. And when they turned themselves against men in order to devour them, and began to injure birds, beasts, reptiles, fish, to eat one another's flesh and drink their blood, then the earth reproved the unrighteous, So, guys, I just wanted to read that verse from the book of Enoch because that's exactly what these giants do in this TV show of Attack on Titan. They eat and devour the humans, right? So, this is nothing but just a rendition of the book of the giants. These events actually occurred on Earth thousands of years ago. So, guys, let's get right into the trailer. So, brothers and sisters, we're at part 2 of Attack on Naphaliym. So, we just saw the trailer, so there's a couple things I want to talk about. First, I want to discuss the red and blue in the flag. Remember, we already know fire and ice, as above, so below, right? We already see that in Republican and Democrat, right? They all have the same symbolism, right? So, let's continue. In the actual trailer, when the vocalist is singing the song and the lyrics, and this is why, brothers and sisters, it's very imperative for us to understand and be paying attention to what people are saying to you, right? Especially through music. There's hidden messages and symbology through music. So I highlighted a verse that this guy was singing. He says, "Birds have fallen to the earth and long for the wind." He's not talking about birds. He's speaking figuratively. He's talking about the fallen angels who fell to the earth, right? Let's continue. And then it says after that, prayers won't solve anything, meaning that it doesn't matter if anyone prays, these fallen angels are going to devour the children of men, right? Which they did for a time until the Most High wiped them off the face of the planet. Let's continue. As we see in the trailer, as we start to get closer to the end, we see somebody on the sort of steam maneuver gun, right? And they're going down to attack the Titan from the neck. There's a reason why that symbolism of striking the Titan on the neck and defeating it is there. And a lot of people don't understand the reasonings behind why these people, these Luciferians, do what they do, right? So the whole symbology behind the neck, it's referring to the spinal chakra, Guys, this is all about the chakras, right? So, and we know the serpent is the symbol of the spine, right? It symbolizes the spine. So, again, in order to defeat a snake, you have to cut it at its head, right? Just why you have to cut the titan at its neck, because that is where the head of the spine is at. Guys, we gotta wake up to this truth, man. Let's continue. Let's get right back into it. So towards the end of the trailer, we start to see these huge giants coming out of the woodworks. So again, these giants roamed the earth for this period of time, thousands and thousands of years ago, as I stated earlier. So brothers and sisters, it's very important to know that a lot of this stuff that they show you in these movies, a lot of these things are real. Do not think that, they're showing you these things and that they don't exist and this is just something that just never happened. It did happen. Many human beings died during that war between the giants and the humans who resided on earth. And if you read the 3 books of Enoch, and in the first Enoch, it was the archangel Michael who went down and sort of got rid of a lot of those giants during the time period, right? But then the flood came and the Most High made sure that the giants did not return. But if you read, I think it's the 3rd Enoch, I'm not too sure because it's been a while since I read the 3rd Enoch. There was a giant that survived and went into hiding, right? So again, these giants are still roaming the earth till this day. They're underground. There's a lot of people that don't know that these things still exist, right? So, brothers and sisters, I just want to thank you for joining me in this Symbols at the Movies. Much peace, blessings, and joy to you, your family, and your loved ones. I'll see you again in the next series.
Sounds from the future give warmth in the shade. Born without rules, no kings to repay. Count every minute, every moment in a day. Time doesn't wait for you or me to waste away. Sounds from the future give warmth in the shade. Born without rules, no kings to repay. Count every minute, every moment in a day. Time doesn't wait for you or me to waste away.